may or may not have seen the rumor floating about that Discovery or AT&T, you know, with this whole merger and acquisition that's happening, you know, they're basically selling off Warner Media, merging it with Discovery. Somewhere in that, they're going to sell off DC Comics to somebody else. And that might be Marvel. That Marvel might be in a position to buy DC Comics. And I think that rumor is complete BS. It makes absolutely no sense, right? Now, I know, you know, if they don't have, like, if they have a new parent company or a new entity, there won't be the same people, I guess, in charge of, like, taking care of that IP. And these new people that are going to be in charge of it now in this new Discovery Warner merger might not care. But they will care. Because DC is a valuable IP. They're not going to sell it off to their biggest competitor, right? To the other, like, person, the other entity, Marvel, making huge superhero movies and shows that compete with, you know, DC's that Warner Media is doing. They're basically giving away, like, the source. Warner Media would be giving away, or Discovery Media or whatever, giving away the source of the biggest IP they have, right? Over on the Warner side of things, like, DC is their biggest moneymaker so far, at least recently. It's doing better. A lot of people would say DC has problems in the movies anyway, but it's doing better right now than Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, the Kaiju, Godzilla, all the others, all right? I mean, DC has generated more consistent hits and shows that have been doing better than those other brands right now for Warner Media, right? Now, they could still make these movies and shows without owning the comics, but they're not going to sell it to Marvel, of all people. That would be disastrous. I mean, because then what? Marvel would control the source of Warner Media's IP for their movies, right? Like, if they wanted to make a new, like, Wonder Woman movie, they would have to, like, call up Marvel for permission or the rights on how to use the character or something, or whatever. Or Marvel could publish the comics. That would be the source material for a DC movie on screen or a DC TV show. That would be a nightmare scenario, and it would be embarrassing. You know, there's a joke that people say when DC does a movie that underperforms, you know, give the rights to Marvel, right? If they actually did give the rights over to Marvel, or, you know, that would be, you know, so embarrassing. That would be admitting defeat. You know, yeah, we're just going to give it to our competition. I know Marvel and Disney, they have the ability to offer some huge paychecks for it, but come on. I mean, I think that DC Comics, I don't think it's going to be sold off, for one thing. But if it is, it's not going to be sold to Marvel. I think the worst case scenario is that Warner Media Discovery might, you know, still own DC Comics, but they might license off the writing and editing and the drawing of the comics to, you know, freelancers or entities rather than having a central publishing house, right? But they would still own and manage all of it, but they would just farm it off to other people. That's something that I could see maybe happening, but I'm not even sure that's going to happen. But I'm just saying the last thing that's going to happen, the thing that is not going to happen, is them selling it to Marvel. Now, you know, if they do wind up selling it to Marvel, I'll eat this imaginary hat. How about that? I admit I could be wrong. I'm wrong. I've been wrong before about things, but I don't think I'm wrong about this. But so if you've seen that rumor that, you know, DC is going to be sold to Marvel or Disney, don't believe it. That's crap. It makes no sense logistically. And, you know, PR-wise, it would be so embarrassing for them to basically just give in to their biggest competitor like that. Nah, I don't see it. But what do you think? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.